What up? What's good, people? What is up? What is They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. Mike.
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to, I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yana Van Zamp's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup. Clumped head everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see Cassie. Get me up in my DMs, I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, Josh strap, something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy. Jesus Christ, superstar.
Listen, y'all know that's my part. That is my part, honey. What's going on, y'all? What is up? What is going on? We are here. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. I certainly am. We just left from over at Teacher Project 2.0. And now we are back. We are here. Let me say hey to y'all. Y'all know what y'all bell ringer warm-up activity is. Go ahead and click the like button, share the video out, tell your friends to come on through and sit down for a spell. Make sure everybody here on time. Let me take attendance. Hey, Tracy W. Lemon Kush Pepper. What's going on? Hey, Yana. Volvo, what's good, Cookie? Miss Trisha P. Tanya, what's good, boo? SJ, Raphael, what's up, bruh? Lastasia, I feel like I ain't seen you in a while, boo. How you been? I ain't seen you in a little minute. Hey, Ravine. Jason, what's good, bruh? Sharice, what's good, everybody? There go Montrez. I was waiting for you, Montrez. What's going on, bruh? Hey, everyone. How are you? How is everyone? I hope that you're all having a wonderful Wednesday. Hey, Miss Kiki. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Tracy C. So we got both double mint twins in, so we good now. Listen, we're going to get through the dossier today. Listen, I'm trying to get it done in record time like I did yesterday. Now the good thing is, hey Symmetry, hey, what's going on, boo? Really B ain't going live today. I can promise y'all she ain't going live today. So we got a little extra time. Late bell today, I'm telling you, is at 6:05. At 6:05, I have nothing else for. I'm Whitney Houston at 6:05. I have nothing, nothing, nothing. At 6:05, all who ain't here, 15,000 word essay. We'll have this type of time. We'll have this type of time to be going back and forth with these people late to my class. At 6:05, the essay is 15,000 words. They're here in Cali. They are going to bring back they are bringing back cursive handwriting. We were supposed to talk about that. That was on the agenda for today, and we just forgot. We just forgot. We did talk about that behind the scenes, Sharice, and we just forgot. Listen, Tracy, 15K. What do you want from me? Or should I have? Let's do rolling essays. So let's just say at 6 o'clock. No, at 5:55, we'll do a 150 word essay. At 6:05, that 150 is turning into 1,500. And at 6:15, you have 15,000. How about that? Does that work? Is that agreeable? Are we? Can we agree upon that? Hey, Xavier, what's going on? Is that agreeable? Can we agree upon that? So, oh, girl. So let me give you this news that I saw as I was coming in to as I was coming into this live. It wasn't even originally a part of the dossier. However, we gonna lead with this today. Hey, Cams, what were you yesterday? You ain't been in class the last few days, Cams. I'm just gonna assume that you've been traveling and work that had you busy. But Cams, you know how we feel when we don't see you in the chat and stuff like that. You know how we get when we don't see you. So don't make me act up, Cams. Cams, please don't make me act up. Do not make me act up. I can get real ugly. I can get real ugly, Cams. Don't make me act up. Anyway, listen, I told we gonna have rolling essays. So at 5:55, you can get this good 150 words. At 6:05, that 150 words kicks up to 1,500. And at 6:15, you can get this good 15,000. Child, work been kicking my behind too. Work been kicking my ass too. Cam, so I'm right there with you. Listen, they done been getting butter from the duck from the last especially today. They just busted me across the head today and said, you just bust me down to the white meat and said, bitch, you get some. I was like, oh, girl, hey Weezy F, I ain't seen you in a couple days either. Late bell is at 5:55. So you good, Weezy F. Let me move my chair up a little bit. Let me move myself up a little bit. Move this back. Move that up. And here we go. All right. So listen. Let me start. You had your first racist experience today, and I was the one called in. Child. You know that's how they do you, Xavier. That's how they do you. You be the one that they be discriminated against. You be the one that had to endure all types of racist microaggressions and everything, and then they want to call you into HR and people operations and tell you what you did wrong. Girl, boom. Cha. Anyway, so let's start with the news story that just came across my desk. So Jussie Smollett is on record saying that he's about to enter rehab following extremely difficult last few years. Let me read this. This coming out of TMZ, okay? This is our top story. Now, it didn't make one of our headlines because I had already made the thumbnail before we got in here, and I just perused the blogs on my way in here, and I noticed this. I said, I got to lead off with this. Child, let me read this to y'all. This is according to TMZ. Jussie Smollett has entered a rehab treatment facility. TMZ has confirmed with a rep from Smollett's camp. The rep tells us, quote, Jussie has had an extremely difficult past few years. He has quietly been working very hard for some time now, and we are proud of him for taking these necessary steps. End quote. Smollett's rehab stint comes amid his ongoing appeal in his Chicago criminal case. As we reported, Jussie was found guilty of lying to cops about an alleged attack back in 2019, where he claimed two masked Trump supporters attacked him and put a noose around his neck. Jussie was sentenced to 150 days in jail for the incident, but was released from jail for his appeal a short time after the sentence. He's been spotted working on film sets here in California as the legal process plays out, including a project with Vivica A. Fox, where he seemed to be directing. Jussie Smollett has also been hanging out with his former Empire co-star Taraji P. Henson, spotted on a hike in LA. So he hasn't necessarily been trying to lay low, even hitting the BET Awards last year, catching a bit of flack from folk who were shocked to see him attend. Though we don't know exactly what he's getting treated for, drug use was mentioned quite a bit during his trial. The Osendero brothers, who claimed Jussie hired them to be his attackers, took to the stand to claim they were also his dealers, and they supplied him with illegal substances for him on a number of occasions. Jussie said, I'll be going to rehab. Not Alexa play Amy Winehouse. I'm not doing this with you, Jason. Hey, hey, Pinky Tiki. What's good, boo? Listen, Jussie, 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 Jussie. Listen, whoever your publicists are, your management team, the whole team of people behind you, they need to be their motherfucking ass fired. Let's just be clear. The whole of your entire team needs to be fired. Now, does he have a drug problem? Oh, I can believe it. Jussie, let's be clear. Jussie was down there to the bathhouse, down there to Chicago, doing lines of coke, doing his whole Lady G imitation, doing lines of coke off of the Osendaro brothers' big black uncut slabs of meat. Jussie will put a line across that slab of meat, and in one direction he's sniffing, the other direction he's sucking. That's the whole process. Put that line down that meat. I'm telling you, that's the whole rotation right there. The Osendaro brothers was blowing his back out. Now they claimed during the trial, they just didn't one of them claim during the trial that they used to just jack off together or something down to the sex club or whatnot, the bathhouse. Girl, a mess. Girl, he was doing his Lady G. Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina imitation. Throw that line of coke on that big black mandingo uncut slab of meat, and it's it's two movement. The first move direction is sniffing. The
opposite direction is the suck. So you sniff first, then you suck. I'm telling you what I know works better than doing poppers. Here's how you go. You line the meat up, right? I'm gonna do it with this egg, right? You line it up, right? This gonna be the tip right here, right? You line it up, right? Oh, so after you line it up, one direction is the next direction is all the way down. And if you're a professional, you could do both. You could take it to the head on both. If you know what you're doing, you take that whole line to the head, and then in the next breath, you take the whole peen down in one fell swoop. You have to be a professional with this shit. You got to be a professional with this shit. You know that ain't all he's doing. Now, baby, listen. These are the girls. I'm gonna tell you what the girls do. These are the girls. And Jussie Smollett at the time, I ain't fooling with you, Tracy. I do no illicit drugs at all. None at all. Um, I'm gonna tell you at the time, Jussie Smollett was making all of the money. Tanya say she over there hollering. Tanya, you know I ain't lying. Tanya, you know I ain't lying. It's two movements. The first movement is the sniff. The second movement is the suck. And there you go. All in two breaths. The first breath to snip, the second breath to take it all the way down. I'm just saying. And you better deep throat it all the way down to the balls when you go down on it. You got to be a professional. That's why you have the drugs. But let me break down these drugs, though, that Jussie was taking. Let me just break this down. God of mercy. Since we here now, God of love. These are the girls. And Jussie had access to a whole lot of money during that time because he was on Empire. So boy had access to a whole lot of money. Let's be clear. Cocaine is the easy shit. You know, cocaine is real easy. But I can guarantee you, see, the shit that gets you fucked up is that goddamn Tina. Mama was over there doing Tina, okay? Mama is over there doing meth. If for y'all don't know what Tina is in the community, down to the Rainbow Coalition compound, Tina is meth, okay? You know, they put the capital T when they say they want to party and play, and the T is capital. That means they doing Tina, okay? I'm giving up all of the secrets. The girls gonna be mad at me down to the Rainbow Coalition compound. But when the girls say they party and play, you see the capital T in the party, that means they doing Tina. And when the girls do Tina, that means Tina is code language for meth. Telling you what I know. Now listen. The problem with meth is the meth heads, the Tina girls are insatiable. These girls that kind of lose feeling in parts of their bodies when they doing it, and they want to literally, I'm not exaggerating here, I'm not being hyperbolic. These are girls that will literally go 8 and 9, 10 hours of having sex, want to have sex for 8, 9, 10 hours, be insatiable, don't want to stop. You want to stop after the first hour, baby, they're going to go find the next pin that they can hop on because they're ready to party and play and get their back blown out for the next 8 or 9 hours. I'm telling you what I know. So I could see Jussie Smollett on a bender where mama got cash to spend, where you got the coke over here on one side of the bed, where let's do the two movements together. First movement, second movement. And then you over here, you got a whole pipe smoking your mouth, and now you want to get your back blown out for the next 8 or 9 hours. I'm sure the Osendero brothers had to take turns. Now, if they were doing Tina, they were also insatiable because the tops that take Tina also want to be out here blowing your back out for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. A bitch just can't hold up that long unless you partying and playing with a bitch that's on Tina with you. Now, the girls might mix in a Molly. Not a Molly, I'm sorry. The girls might mix in some X, so to have the heightened, orgasmic feeling, you know what I'm saying? They might mix in some X. But girl, those are the two
drugs of choice right there. So mama probably trying to escape it all. Mama is still, reeling after, she's been, found out to be a liar. So she's trying to cope. Mama is out here trying to cope. Mama is probably out here coped out. Now, she probably out here doing I'm not saying she do Tina every day, but she probably out here on, on one every now and again during the weekend. She might be a weekend Tina girl where she be like, listen, I need some me a good slab of beef to come blow my back out for the next 8 or 9 hours. Let me just go do this Tina. I'm just saying. No, Xavier. The girls who do Tina be with the black. They don't just be with the white men. They be with black men too. I'm telling you what I know. The girls be doing Tina with black boys too, because it be some tops that like to do Tina, and they end up being insatiable as well. These girls will be doing all kinds of shit. You hear me? They be doing all kinds of shit. But anyway, you heard it here first. Jesse out here at now I don't know what rehab he at. I don't know if he down to the Betty Ford. I don't know what rehab. I don't know if he down there to the one that Lamar Odom got. Lamar Odom say he got a rehab clinic. I don't know if he down to the Betty Ford. I don't know where the fuck he's at. Now they're not going to disclose what he's in rehab for. But girl, we already know you on rehab for drugs. Please, girl, stop playing with us. You going to rehab is not going to clean up your image, sir. Sir, that's not going to clean up your image. There wasn't an outcry of people saying, "Oh, Jesse, you need to get to rehab." We went out here screaming for Jesse to get it. We just really didn't care anymore. We just want you to go away. And yet and still, we want you to go away. They say Chris Brown be on Tina, he be on meth. Child, girl, I don't know. I don't know what Chris Brown be on. Chris Brown look like he be on crack. Like he look like a whole ass crackhead. Like he look like a baser. I'm just telling you what he look like. The man look like a whole ass baser. I'm just saying. Well, who the hell am I? But you heard it here first. Now the people, y'all know what we do over here. What do we do over here? We break news over here. So you heard it over here, and then now the other girls gonna try and act like they breaking news. But we break news over here. You know how we do over here. We break stories and break news over here. But Jesse he at the rehab if you need him. He's down to the rehab. Since we're talking about the Rainbow Coalition, let me get this story out the way because I might lose my mind. Let me go ahead and even though this is not officially our Sugar Spike segment, but I need my boy Larry to sing me into this story because I might spike the hell out. I don't know. Larry, where are you? Where are you, Larry? Because this story might make me spike out.
You see, this is the part that I like. Major Sugar Spike.
So long, I want to fight. Daddy gave his only begotten son.
Major Sugar Spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major Sugar Spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Excuse me, y'all, as I was finishing my my piece of candy to regulate my sugar levels. Young Jock is in the news. God of mercy, God of love. So according to Young Jock, he says $250,000 is not enough for LGBTQ plus performances. He's fearful of the lustful eyes of men. Nigga, what? Nigga, who? I'm not. So he went over to the, the local cesspool of human excrement, bile, fecal matter, vomit, and other walking pieces of shit. Vlad TV for an interview. So while he was on that interview, he addressed something that Lil Bust Down said on a Vlad TV interview, where Lil Bust Down said that he turned down $250,000 for a show at an event that was exclusively for an LGBTQ plus crowd. And but Young Jock is echoing those sentiments. He said, and this is according to because I'm not watching the interview. I don't have the brain capacity. A bitch just came. Hashtag ABC. A bitch just came. I don't have the fucking brain capacity to watch a Vlad TV interview with Young Jock. Let's be clear. He says he too would refuse that payment if it meant he had to get on stage in front of gay men specifically. You gotta watch how he says it though. Jock admits being extremely uncomfortable with men gawking at him with, quote, lustful eyes, end quote, as he raps lyrics to his hit, It's Going Down. Jock stresses just how much 250K is and how big it is to get paid that much cash in one sitting. And he does this to stress just how strongly he feels about the issue. As he says, he doesn't seem to want to associate himself with that lifestyle on principle. That lifestyle, Young Jock, we don't want no parts of you. We ain't calling you to come do no goddamn gigs with us. We ain't calling for you to come, do your song at Pride. We ain't checking for you. Nobody has fucking lustful eyes for goddamn Young Jock, except for probably some lipstick lesbians, because you look like a whole ass stud. You look like a trans man. You look like you got key card entrance down here to the Rainbow Coalition compound, over there to the T wing. I'm sorry, over there in the T corridor, down the wing that houses the trans men. That's what you look like, not us. Nobody has lustful eyes for you. Your raggedy ass wife don't even got lustful eyes for you. Why? Because you ain't shit. You ain't never been shit, won't be shit. You ain't cute, Young Jock. You're not. We're science queens over here. We done seen what you working with over there, Young Jock. We don't want no parts of what that little thing you got over there, Young Jock. We don't want no parts of your ugly ass. You only have one song. You have one fucking song, Young Jock. We don't want to hear that one song. Nobody's paying you $250,000 to sing the one song that you have that was relevant 15 years ago. Go the fuck away. You talk about you don't want to be associated with that lifestyle. We don't want to associate with your raggedy ass. Now, we ain't had no smoke for you, Young Jock. We ain't had no smoke for you. But you came over here and wanted to smoke, and we can give you all the fever you want. Baby, you want these kind of drug problems? You can get these drug problems and be drugged up and down these good internet streets, because we are undefeated over here. We drag people. We hand out drug problems, Young Jock. Mind you, looking at your face, you look like you already been drugged up and down some Atlanta streets. Please be clear, Young Jock. Aren't you allegedly born and raised in Atlanta? And young Jock, you mean to tell me you expect me to believe a young man as zesty as you are, young Jock, ain't had a peen or two whip across your face every now and again? Really? Really? This coming from the motherfucker with a perm better than your aunt. Really? If this is the bullshit that I be talking about, y'all. We over here living our best gay ass lives. We over here not minding young Jock. We ain't have no fever for you. Nobody asked you anything. We don't give a shit, young Jock. Go sit your motherfucking ass down somewhere and go away forever. Nobody's lusting after you, sir. You look like you trying to be a part of our community and associate with us. Please be clear. Nobody down to the Rainbow Coalition compound is trying to look like you. No one. But you look like you're doing everything in your power to try and assimilate yourself and associate yourself with us. That's what you're doing, not us. 200. Nobody's offering you $250,000 to do anything, young Jock. Girl. If you don't, I can't with these people. I literally cannot. Child Ravine, he done had a peen or two or five run across his good face, run across his lip. He lives in Atlanta. Bitch got a whole ass perm. The bitch got a whole dark and lovely relaxer in his hair. Girl, I'm not doing this with this young. I'm not doing this with him. I'm not doing this with him. I'm just not doing this with him. Girl, this is the fuck shit that we be talking about. Nobody is asking you for this, sir. And it's always Vlad TV. I don't even understand why people go over there to that cesspool. Y'all black people gonna keep going over there to that white man at Vlad TV and letting him throw y'all careers under the bus and drive over it. I don't want no part. Young Jock, go somewhere and die slowly. Just go somewhere and die the fuck slowly. How about that? In other news today, God of mercy, God of love. Man, this I can't even go on because that whole story was so asinine. Like really, young Jock, really, girl. Mary Cosby is in the news because she found out that her son was secretly married for a year and didn't let her know. Girl, this is according to People magazine. Mary Cosby's son, Robert Jr., is coming clean with a relationship bombshell he's been keeping from his mother for a year. On Tuesday's episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which most of the viewing public stopped watching like 2 years ago, the 50-year-old friend of the franchise caught up with her son, Robert, 20, and confronted him about his marital status after hearing rumors about his relationship. As the mother and son sat down with cups of coffee, Mary asked, "Why am I hearing rumors that you're married? So if I'm hearing it from people, I want to hear it from you." Robert grew a sly smile on his face as she demanded to know if the rumors were true. He sat in silence and claimed, "I don't know," as his mother continued to prod him for answers. Only when Mary pleaded with the Lord to let it be no did the budding real estate agent confess, "I mean, kinda, yeah. Like I went to the courthouse. Girl, a mess. Oh, Mary, hurt by the lack of involvement in her only son's nuptials, asked why he chose to go behind her back. He explained that he and his wife kept the news low key and that the pair have been married for almost like a year. They both live in my house, Mary told the cameras, but I don't see them much. We kind of have our own wings. And one day, like they were getting dressed, he was rushing to go do something and he was dressed up nice and she was dressed up nice, but they were running full blown, running like they were all running like with all their might. But I didn't know they were going to get married. You ain't shit. Listen, let me tell you. Oh, this season is actually good. Xavier, I might have to go back and check them out. Let me tell you how fucked up of a mother you have to be. What does that do to your psyche as a mother? You have a son, your only child, who lives in the house with you with this said girlfriend, and they don't went and got they stinking asses married. Ain't even tell you. And your excuse is, oh, we live in separate wings of the house. Girl, that means he don't respect you as a mother. How much respect do you expect that he has for you as a mother if he goes and gets whole ass married and didn't even tell you? Put a 27 in the chat if you would even dream of getting married without telling your mother while living in the house with her. Or put a one in your chat in the chat if you know that's not even an option. Like, and not that you're afraid of your mother, but just the respect that you have for your mother, your family, the whole institution. You know, listen, I wonder how many ladies, how many of y'all, after finding this out, would have his bags and his wife's bags packed right on outside the door. Be like, well, y'all married now. Go find y'all somewhere to live. Since y'all ain't want me to know y'all was married, bitch, y'all don't want me to. Y'all don't want to live here no more. All right, then y'all let me know how that works out. Call me when you have me some grandkids. Send the grandkids over. Girl, girl, you got whole married. Bigger question: why are you allowing this past that little girl to live in your house and they weren't met? Xavier child, that's a whole nother story, honey. Because isn't she all, isn't she the pastor or something like that down to the church? She's all religious and she's all Christian, and you got the people shacking up in your house. You know where I went to church, that was called shacking up. You wasn't doing that. You wasn't shacking up back in the day at the church I went to. I'm just saying. Isn't she supposed to be the pastor at this church, super duper in the church? Remember, she had all those issues with Jen Shaw because of her, because she didn't align with her and her religious beliefs and all of this stuff. But you over here got your whole ass son shacking up, and he don't went and got married. Maybe he married her so her parents would drop the charges against Mary and him. Child, we call that living in sin where I'm from. Okay, living in sin. Girl, you got a whole listen. I just can't. What y'all got going on today? It's a Wednesday. It is hump day. I'm just trying to make it through. I'm supposed to only be on here for an hour. I'm just trying to zip through these stories. I already did an hour of Teacher Project 2.0. Now I'm over here giving you people an episode of Run Your Mouth, and the fucking stories don't run them up. It's just fuck shit and fuckery all up and down the dossier today. What the hell do y'all want from me? What do y'all want from me? What do y'all want from me? I, I, I don't know what y'all want me to do with this. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, moving on. We got to keep moving. Um, we'll save Kanye West for a little bit later. Let's you know what? Let's do it for real this time. How really be going live today at 6:40? Really be ain't supposed to be going live today at 6:40. Really be supposed to be going somewhere today. Oh, you let her go live at 6:40. I'm gonna cuss her out. Anyway, we're going to have a real sugar spike. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of our audience, it's time for the real sugar spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So love the world. I want to fight. That he gave, yeah. His only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus!
I wish somebody help me.
Anyway, so in our first story today, this is y'all know we've been on America's fucking neck since this whole situation with Israel, Hamas, and all of this foolery. We've been on United States neck about this. Here's more reason to show you how full of shit. Now, we chronicled and talked extensively yesterday about how the United States government ain't shit, and they are okay with, they are financing, and they are turning a blind eye to real war crimes. Let me read this headline from the AP News. U.S. vetoes United Nations resolution to condemn violence in Israel-Hamas war. Oh yeah, you heard that right. They're vetoing a resolution that condemns the violence happening. Let me read this to you. The United States has vetoed a UN resolution that would have condemned violence against all civilians in the Israel-Hamas war, including the heinous terrorist attacks by Hamas against Israel, and would have pushed for humanitarian aid to Palestinians in Gaza. 12 of the 15 Security Council members on Wednesday voted in favor of the resolution sponsored by Brazil. The United States voted against the resolution, while Russia and the United Kingdom abstained. U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield said after the vote that President Joe Biden is in the region engaging in diplomacy to secure the release of hostages, prevent the conflict from spreading, and stress the need to protect citizens. This shit rings hollow, Joe Biden. Nobody believes you. General Lloyd Austin came out day one, said we're giving Israel whatever they want. We're giving them all of the weaponry they want. They can have our entire arsenal. If they tell us they need troops, we'll send that over there as well. We're giving them anything they want, and they have our full-throated support behind whatever they want to do. They told us that from the beginning. Hey, Ashton, what's going on? Now you have countries that see what's going on. You see that they're killing hundreds, and we're up to the thousands now, of innocent ass people, and the United States wants no parts of just a simple UN resolution that would condemn it and would also push to provide humanitarian aid for dying civilians. And these bastards say, oh no, we don't want no parts of that. But then you in the next breath want to tell us, oh, but President Joe Biden is over there fighting for, you know, a peaceful end to this. No, he's not. No, he's not. But we're not gonna. You're not gonna sit up here and lie to our face. And let's be clear. I told you all yesterday. Israel has a history of lying about all of the things that they do. They have a recorded, receipt-filled history of lying about all of the horrific things that they do to the Gaza, to and in the Gaza Strip, to Palestinians, which is why yesterday I told you there's no way you expect me to believe this whole notion of Israel saying, oh, that wasn't us. That was the Palestinians bombing themselves. And the Palestinians have already on record said, we don't even have the weaponry to do what happened to that hospital. A mess. But y'all giving full-throated support to Benjamin Netanyahu. Mind you, most Israeli people are not in support of Benjamin Netanyahu. His own people don't agree with the things that he's doing. I told y'all, he's the Trump of Israel. Y'all country. These yet to be United States of America. Because they're not trying to give aids to the Palestinians. Matter of fact, we just today you had hundreds of protesters that were arrested because they wanted to protest the fact that innocent Palestinians were getting killed, and they were arrested for that in Washington, D.C. today. You have people being fired from their jobs simply for saying, I pray for the Palestinians. God help the Palestinians. You had a little 6-year-old little boy that was stabbed 26 times, and his mother damn near died from the 12 stabbed wounds that she suffered because a man who's listening to the 24-hour propaganda coming from mainstream media thinks that anybody Palestinian is the problem. We done been breaking this shit down for days. We done been breaking this shit down for days. Please do not say that your boy over here was not giving you the real over here. The United States ain't shit. Them bastards ain't shit. And so anything Joseph Robinette farts out of his raggedy ass mouth about this war or whatever, I take with a grain of salt. The bitch ain't shit. Moving on. In more news that's gonna piss me the fuck off and that's gonna make me spike the hell out. In the great state of New York. So your former president, Donald John, has now doxed the New York Attorney General, Letitia James. Let me read this to you. Former President Donald Trump lashed out at New York Attorney General Letitia James over the fraud trial currently playing out, then posted a link to her home address, despite already being under a gag order in this case. Let me say that again. Let me read that first sentence again. That's the first sentence. Let me read that again for you. Former President Donald John Trump lashed out against New York Attorney General Letitia James over the fraud trial currently playing out, then posted a link to her home address, despite already being under a gag order in the case. Trump was in court yesterday for the continuation of his fraud trial, during which he took the occasional opportunity to rant to reporters about the case and about the gag order that was imposed by federal judge Tanya Chutkan in another case Monday. That's on top of the narrow gag order that Judge Arthur Engoron placed in the fraud case. But none of that stopped Donald Trump from continuing his attacks into the night, including a Truth Social post containing some familiar patter and a little something extra. And it goes on and on to talk about how he doxed that woman and on Truth Social and put the woman's address out here for all of these stupid ass fucktards, terrorists out here to go. The woman has a family. You put her in danger. You put her family in danger. Because you know these people are not fucking wrapped tightly. These people are not wrapped tightly. The lady has already said she receives hundreds of voicemails a day of people threatening her life. You think some of these people ain't whack job enough to actually try and go and act on that? And now you literally put the woman's address out there to millions of people. Now, here's the sad part about it. The sad part about it is people think that this is going to be over even after the trial is over. People, unless this woman moves to a whole nother house, people will continuously be bothering this woman, be harassing this woman and her family for the foreseeable future as long as she lives there. This is what y'all got going on. But you got feckless, scared ass judges sitting on the bench that are scared to put his ass in jail. I will put his ass in jail, and I don't give a shit. If it were me and I were sitting on the bench, his ass would be in jail. No bond. I'll see you in a few days. You got the right. He got the right ones. He got the right ones. Because if God forbid something happens to that woman and her family, God forbid something happens to that woman and her family, I'm just telling you, a mess. In more sugar spiky ass news, I was supposed to cover this one yesterday, but I left it off the dossier, and so I'm going to cover it today. This is the story of Leonard Allen Cure. His first name is Leonard, Leonard. His middle name is Allen, Allan. His last name is Cure. 53. Let me read this to you because we're spiking the hell out. We just all the way down this rabbit hole, so let's just go spike the hell out. A man who was wrongfully convicted and spent 16 years in jail was fatally shot by a Camden County deputy during a traffic stop in Georgia on Monday. Leonard Allen Cure, who was 53, was wrongfully convicted in 2003 of armed robbery, according to the criminal justice organization Innocent Project. Cure was a client of the organization and was exonerated in December of 2020 due to a collaborative reinvestigation by the organization and the Conviction Review Unit of the Broward County State Attorney's Office in Florida. At about 7:30 a.m. on Monday, a deputy stopped Cure, according to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. A spokesperson for the Camden County Sheriff's Office told the New York Times that Cure was pulled over for speeding. Cure reportedly got out of the car at the deputy's request and complied with the officer's commands until he learned he was under arrest, authorities said. Police said the deputy used a stun gun against Cure, and Cure allegedly assaulted the deputy. Officials said the deputy used the stun gun a second time as well as a baton, but claimed Cure still did not comply. Quote, the deputy pulled out his gun and shot Cure, end quote. And that's according to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations in a statement. EMTs treated Cure at the scene, but he died. No deputies were injured in the incident, according to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. ABC News has reached out to the Camden County Sheriff's Office. The Georgia Bureau of Investigations is investigating the incident, and the findings will be sent to the Brunswick Judicial Court Circuit District Attorney's Office for review. Cure was on his way home from visiting his mother who lives in Florida, according to the Innocent Project. Cure, who had just been granted $817,000 in compensation from his wrongful conviction by the Florida legislature, was planning on attending college for music and radio production and was in the process of buying a home, the Innocence Project and the Broward County Attorney's Office said. Cure was the first person exonerated by Broward County's Conviction Review Unit. And the Broward County State Attorney's Office put out a statement saying the Leonard we knew was a smart, funny, and kind person. After he was freed and exonerated by our office, he visited prosecutors at our office and participated in training to help our staff do their job in the fairest and most thorough way possible. He would frequently call to check in on Assistant State Attorney Ariel Denby Berger, the head of the Conviction Review Unit, and offer our team encouragement to continue to do the important work of justice. End quote. What do y'all want me to do with that? Y'all sent the man to jail for 16 years of his life for some shit that he did not do. Magically, by the sweet grace of the good Lord himself, they enacted this conviction review unit in Broward County. Mind you, Broward County is one of the only counties in Florida that has this because it's the bluest of blue counties in Florida. Only for him to get out and just a few years later, he once again is getting arrested for nothing again. The man was allegedly speeding and was getting arrested for no reason at all. Because last time I checked, speeding is not, an arrestable offense. But who the hell am I? Only for the man to end up dead at the hands of another police officer, hell-bent on carrying out his own brand of vigilante justice. I don't know what y'all want me to do with that. That's what we got going on. His name is Leonard Allen Cure. We speak his name. May he be with the ancestors and rest with the great I am. This is what y'all got going on. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what y'all want from me. Let me move forward. In more sugar spiky news, a 4-year-old grabbed a loaded gun out of a school employee's backpack, Texas officials say. A Texas teacher's aide who police say brought a gun to school has been fired after a student found and handled their firearm, according to officials. The incident happened October 12th at Bonham Pre-Kindergarten School in San Marcos. Quote, this afternoon, a student got a hold of an instructional assistant's personal backpack. While looking through the backpack, the student discovered a firearm, removed it from the backpack, and placed it on a table inside the classroom, end quote. And that's according to San Marcos Consolidated Independent School District in a letter that they wrote to the parents. The teacher eventually spotted the gun and evacuated the classroom, according to the district. A school marshal then searched the classroom, collected the gun and backpack, and police were called. Investigators said the gun was loaded, and the teacher's aide will be charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon in a gun-free zone. Oh, y'all have those in Texas? There are certain things as gun-free zones? Because last time I checked, it's the fucking It's fucking Baghdad out there. It's a fucking war zone in Texas where y'all want guns everywhere. Aren't y'all the same ones saying, "Oh, we need guns in the classrooms. We need teachers with guns in the classroom so that they can protect students from people trying to get in and shoot them." Remember that? Remember that whole thing? But now all of a sudden it's a problem because y'all ain't think through the fact that little children like to be inquisitive and like to go look for shit and could possibly pick up this gun and possibly, blow somebody off the earth. But this is what you people wanted. I don't need to read no further. Y'all see what's going on here. I don't know. I don't even know why y'all firing the lady. The lady's just doing what y'all wanted her to do. Isn't that what the laws that y'all are passing that teachers need to be able to have guns in the classroom? Remember that? A mess. A mess. In more sugar spiky news, Scholastic Publishing. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Scholastic Books, which is the largest publisher in the world, is now separating LGBTQ plus titles at book fairs in response to book bans. Scholastic, the world's largest publisher and distributor of children's books, has made some changes to its book fairs. And in light of some schools' restrictions on materials dealing with LGBTQ plus and racial issues. Not just LGBTQ plus, but racial issues as well. For its elementary school fairs, it has placed these books in a separate collection called Share Every Story, Celebrate Every Voice. And school officials can decide whether to include or exclude the entire collection or a selection of books from it. Quote, there is now enacted or pending legislation in more than 30 states prohibiting certain kinds of books from being in schools, mostly LGBTQ plus titles and books that engage with the presence of racism in our country. Because scholastic book fairs are invited into schools where books can be purchased by kids on their own, these laws can create an almost impossible dilemma. Back away from these titles or risk making teachers, librarians, and volunteers vulnerable to being fired, sued, or prosecuted. We cannot make a decision for our school partners around what risks they are willing to take based on the state and local laws that apply to their district. So these topics and this collection have been part of many planning calls that happen in advance of shipping a fair. So basically, anything on race and anything on LGBTQ plus, yeah, they're going to remove those from the books, from the book fairs. This is what we got going on. This is what we got going on. Scholastic is saying we don't want to do this, but we don't want teachers and administrators and people in jeopardy of losing a job, being prosecuted, or jail. So we just gonna give them the option. It's just a mess. Just a whole goddamn mess out here. Just a damn mess. In other news, so we talked, was that yesterday or the day before yesterday? We talked about Antonio Brown. When did we, or that was Monday. That was Monday when we did Manic Monday. We talked about Antonio Brown had got arrested for child support. Well, allegedly, according to the TMZ, he done paid $15,000 toward child support payments following his arrest earlier this month. And in a video he posted Tuesday, he seemed bitter about the situation. Antonio Brown was locked up Sunday after he had been accused of ducking payments to his ex, Wiltrice Jackson, but a short time later, he doled out the $15,000 necessary to get out of jail. And on Tuesday, he shared a video on Instagram showing him singing some Young Jeezy lyrics that seemed to show he was mad at Wiltrice Jackson, the mother of his 15-year-old daughter. Quote, and I don't want to tell my child that his mom's ain't shit, he belted out while holding what appeared to be a receipt for the child support payment and a large wad of cash. Quote, and this ain't about me. She's just a money hungry bitch, end quote. Wiltrice Jackson told TMZ Sports just last week that she was upset with Brown for not paying child support for their daughter, claiming he owed nearly $31,000. We don't feel bad for you, Antonio Brown. They should have left your ass in jail. Rotten jail. Moving on. Hold on. I was supposed to. I know Really B's getting ready to go live. God damn it, Really B was not supposed to. I'm real upset with Really B because she was not supposed to go live today. And Lord, I'm supposed to be covering the story of this college professor who ceremoniously told the students in his classroom that he would shoot all of his, that he would take a gun and shoot all of them, only for the college to turn a blind eye and say nothing to see here. I was supposed to be covering that, but apparently I ain't got time. I was also supposed to be covering the fact that Chandler Jones, you know, the not Oakland Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders um football player, brother of John Bones Jones, that has been we've been covering for the last few weeks, went to jail again for violating the he went to jail again for violating a domestic violence protection order. We're supposed to be covering that. A mess. But I ain't got the type of time because Really B's going live. God. I'm also supposed to be covering the fact that Kanye West seems to believe that a near car accident has the ability to make you suffer from autism. Oh, y'all want the story of the man from the college professor? Well, let me read this to you. A Fresno City College professor and former basketball coach was arrested after making threats to harm people on campus, according to police. Ed Madek was arrested Friday for threats he made while teaching a class on August 15th. Mind you, I told you he was arrested Friday, and this happened on August 15th. The campus police said in a timely warning notification required by the Clery Act of 1998. Quote, while teaching a class, Mr. Madek allegedly made threats against college officials and students in general, stating he would shoot them. End quote, the police department said in the notification. Madek was placed on administrative leave following the class in August. He was arrested about 2 p.m. this past Friday in Merced County. He was taken to Fresno County Jail, but has since posted bail. Given the nature of the alleged threats, police said anyone on campus should not approach him, but rather call 911 or campus police. Attempts to reach him were unsuccessful. He teaches physical education at the college. He formerly coached the Fresno City College men's basketball team and spent less than a full season as the Buchanan High School basketball coach. He was removed as the college coach and placed on paid administrative leave in February of 2020, with one regular season game remaining because of an alleged violation over snacks and team barbecues. But then it gets better. They just let him, he goes back into the classroom. They let bruh man continue to teach only for him to then go into the classroom and say, I shoot all y'all. I shoot everybody down there to the administration building and all of y'all. And then he was still teaching in the class until somebody went and complained, and the university administration said, oh, well, we just going to put him on paid leave. So they had been paying him to sit his ass at home until this past Friday. And all this happened on August 15th. What do y'all want from me? What do you want? What do you want? What do y'all want? Kanye West went off on a rant with Elon Musk via text and told Elon Musk that he's not bipolar, but he says he has signs of autism from his car accident. So you weren't crazy before. You had no autism before, but you had a car accident back in 2002, and that car accident in 2002 is what caused you to have signs of autism. He could have had blunt force head trauma. I don't know. He could have, could have had brain hemorrhaging. I don't know that caused him to have signs of autism. I'm not going to tell a man that he ain't crazy. That's what the man said. If you should need him. Let me get out of here. I know Really B is live. So let me get out. Oh, I forgot to do the story. I had another story, y'all, of the fact that there's a funeral home in Colorado where at least 189 bodies have been removed from the funeral home when they thought it was only 115 bodies. Now they have 189 bodies that they had to remove from this funeral home because the bodies were decaying from not being properly stored. And when people would pass by the funeral home, you could smell the dead bodies in the air. Just a mess. I was supposed to do that story, but we just don't have time. That's in Colorado. Anyway, let me get out of here, y'all. I'm hungry. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal president actives. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged. They're much appreciated. I'm real tired. I'm about to go get me something to eat. I basically done did 2+ hours of lives. Eyes tired, boss. I'm real hungry too. Listen, y'all. That's all I got for y'all. That's all I got. All I got. I have nothing else to give today. Until next time. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.